Mhm. Yeah. 15 years of that almost.
occupy them of American soldiers and rebel nomads. Focus on the US, but watch your back. Once we have secured enough territory, we can reclaim the machine the nomad leader owns.
Shut up, bitch.
Raise everything else. This is not a battle our forces can afford to lose. If we lose this sector, we'll fall back to the next. But we must deplete the enemy's resources.
Ooh, he's starting quick. Ow! Cool. Shit. Ah. I just now realized we're defending, not attacking. I'm awesome. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. That's what I am. Yeah. Somebody do not buy. Oh, something got him. Not a bad guy. It's kind of funny because it's pulling them into those guys. And they're murdering them. Oh shit. What a fucking robot? Oh shit, we lost it. Yeah. Yeah, just let me die. Ooh, I didn't see that guy. Oh shit. baby. I'll probably get blown up. I need a gunner up top. Come on. Where's my gunners? There it is. Oh. I'm not going to be able to get him. Come on. Give me some targets, people. I don't know what that was. Can I get a full tank crew? Motherfuckers. Come on. So what happens if you don't have a damn tank crew? Ooh, where am I at? Snap. It's gotta be over there. Well, there's this turd nugget. Ah. That's a control problem I still need to fix. Oh! Yeah. Worth it.
Investigator in Georgia, and she's won many awards for arresting like the most files in the past 10 years. So yeah, she's awesome. So
Yeah.
she goes after that shit too. It's cool as fuck.
That is awesome. Gangster.
I'm sure that like just has to be a job that plays on you after a while.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just the amount that you're exposed to. Like, yes, you're doing a good thing. You're helping
US
out,
forces
like,
have
you're just
taken this
exposed to
sector.
so much shit.
Fall
Yeah.
back and regroup
When I
in the
was
next.
working at the crisis counselor as a crisis counselor in Pennsylvania, I felt the opposite. I felt like, you know, I'm glad I'm here for them. You know, so maybe your sister has that mentality, like, okay, you know what, I want to be the one to fight for you.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, she did child crime investigations for a couple years, and I could tell it was weighing on her a little bit. So, like, I hired her to come work for me for a year, and she just wanted to go back and do that so bad. Just to
They'll try to secure this sector next.
That's it.
Guard your objectives at all costs.
Because I was paying her more than she was making as a police officer, but she just had to go back. She felt
What
like
about
she was
objectives?
doing
She's
shit
under
bad
attack.
with kids, and she went back and arrested like 200
Already reinforced. Go along.
Which is awesome if you think about like the butterfly effect of that, like how many people were saved because of that. In general.
Dad, Port 48 of Triangle vs. Monkeys finally out.
What?
9 a.m.
What?
Triangle vs. Monkeys Port 48
it's like,
finally
hey,
out. 9 a.m.
I don't know what that is.
It's Godzilla, but
Oh!
So here's the beauty of where I work in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Is that good or bad? Yeah. Okay.
Got to reload.
Yeah, yeah.
Victims too. I had to go to my boss. It was when the whole Catholic Church scandal broke. A friend of mine, Art Harris, worked at CNN, and he was like, "I'd like to do a follow-up story. You know, you're a child abuse victim. You're working, helping others. You're doing education programming." And so I had to go to my boss and say, "Look, I want to do this news story," and she had to run it by the board.
Yeah.
He flew up from Atlanta.
Took one with me.
We have a breach
So,
of one of our objectives.
They fly up to Atlanta and they do the interviews. And we do a walk through Valley Forge Park, and they wanted me to do a program for kids. They wanted me to do show me doing the safety rules to the kids, the no, go, and tell. And so I'm in the second grade class at Brook Elementary in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania, and I got the correspondent, the producer, the guidance counselor, the principal, the teacher, the sound guys, and all in this one little second grade classroom. So I get to the part where we go over good reasons why a grown-up would need to touch a child's private parts, like, you know, going to the doctor, or, you know, changing a baby's diaper. So we get to the part where, you know, sometimes there's no good reason for an adult to touch a child's private parts, and this is what we call secret touching. And this little boy raised his hand. Normally I wouldn't have called on him, but I felt the pressure because all these people were in there, and I was like, "All right, what?" He goes, "Sometimes you can secret touch yourself." I said, "Kid, I'm 35 and single. Trust me, I know."
God, I forgot the kids like talking about it. You're like, oh God,
No, actually,
you're just gonna like.
That's not what we're talking about.
How do you reply to that even though because you're talking to a fucking second grader? You're like,
No, I said, "Look, you touch it." I said, "Look, you touch it."
this is why grandma. Kid, I think it was PTSD was out.
Damn, this episode's going hard.
I know. We a good one. Because they're always trying to like unsubmit a whole bunch of different things. This is the
They're beginning to take a toll. Keep fighting. One of our objectives has been targeted.
I like that this.
Hit him one time. I am so good.
Objective captured and secured.
I'm a good distraction.
Everyday E25 earbuds.
Hostiles striking at Delta 2.
You must have had the noise cancellation. I did. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you mean these ones? Yeah, and I also.
Wait, it has a quick charge function? So I just said.
Also, look, I just watched the
Delta 2 targeted by the enemy.
We've lost control of one of our objectives. We have a breach of one of our objectives. We've lost an objective to the enemy.
So my
Small
sister,
town.
Our
so
troops
my
have
sister
struck
ended up
Delta
showing
2.
a friend the gym. Treadmill. And so my sister went. My sister runs over.
Oh, I didn't even hit him. Damn it.
Whatever. Stormy's like, what are y'all saying about me? And then Stormy threw a smoothie in my sister's face, and my sister, she's got 3 older brothers, so she grabbed her, and she started hitting on her. Well, they broke it up real quick, but the Donnie Calloway, the owner of the, he kept it forever. And he's like the biggest Donnie, and then he threw it away like because he they were stored it, and then after 10 years, he threw it away. But all of a sudden, he banged the
Maybe she was back in the day.
He was afraid of me.
Ooh. She did porn? Not a star. And apparently not a good fighter.
Her comedy's not like her porn. She's really
Oh, willing to deal.
No, what a wild line to see.
Body shot.
It's just something really but it's true.
They're attacking Delta 1.
When I take my time and leave, I miss. Like, I even get blind shots. I could not have. First time.
We have lost an objective.
Man. Got him.
What do you have?
Strong in the sector. Delta 1 is under our control.
Oh, waste of a helicopter.
Oh, it's a little faded because it's 40 years old. But yeah, that's what the book. That's what the book.
I didn't even catch that.
Техника противника на моей метке.
Go first.
Oh, we get each other.
So what was it like when you're really gonna?
Good surprises.
This is good.
Okay, good.
If you give us the gun. no, we don't know where the gun's at. But you know what? If I was gonna give it to anybody, it would be y'all.
I appreciate it. No,
We can
that's
do that
one that you
video
have.
again.
You know somebody in the fucking the lockup there in Baton
I
Rouge.
think.
Oh, what is that one?
We can push out of objective.
Hostile forces are severely weakened. We must hold until they break.
The sector is lost. Fall back and regroup.
Look or something.
So I didn't notice. I looked through the footage was so clear now, and then I kept reading over and over in the book. You emphasize snub-nosed performance, which we can say.
Objectives assigned. Guard them fiercely. There's nowhere else to fall back.
Yeah, no. Hello, everybody.
A little bit of safety there, a little bit of extra standoff distance between, yourself and the muzzle.
And we only did like 5 shots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not in feet.
Snub nose makes that way more insane. For the people out there
know, the Snub Nose are currently the most accurate of weapons. You're going to you can't even go away. Like if you're true to yeah, like you're
So worth it.
I remember one time I used to carry a Snub Nose 38. I was a Taurus because I was an idiot.
and young and poor like all of
Exactly.
us.
I was broke as shit. It was like $300. So I carried it, and I remember at one point, like between here and the camera, there was a bowling pin. I fired at it 5 times, missed every time.
Break their
You know what?
offense.
I
Hold
carried
here at
that
all
anymore.
costs.
Finish the mission. Popularity from like
Yeah, for some distance really doesn't matter. It's, well,
Well, I was telling you about the police officer that was standing next to Jeff, and the first time I ever met him. All right, so there was 2 police officers. Mike Burnett, he's the one that yelled, "Why, Gary, Gary, why?" Y'all were making fun of the in the other video. He knew my dad. They went to junior high. They went to high school together. And actually, my mother separated from my dad. So my mother knew like 7
Mom's asleep. What do you want?
We know
Take me off. Why?
Jody Bush, I just want to
What do you
thank
do?
you for stepping
He hit me in the head.
And he goes, "Man, fuck that."
Stop fighting.
No, I wasn't fighting. I was and when I was trying to bend down to get Finn, because he was
You
hurt.
don't have a freeze on your head. Your eyes not red. It will be if you keep
They have
grabbing
taken the
stuff.
final sector. Evacuate.
Dude, that was one of the scariest parts of the shooting too, man. It's
Yeah.
like the camera angle. You know, we're big video guys. The camera was right there, where if the bullet went through fucking Jeff's head, it would have just hit the camera guy.
which is why it's coincidentally nice that he was shooting from such a low position, because it was shooting up and out versus if you raise and present like that where it would go through.
But then also bullets like to do bullet things where it's like
They get weird. You hit something
They
big.
hit jugs of water and they go that way.
We've had
Yeah.
fucking Iraq. One of the dudes it, like hit here and he died because it exited a femoral artery.
Was he standing
Did
straight
bounce
up?
off his
Yeah,
collarbone?
collarbone just fucking went straight down, went out of femoral, died
Bullets
from that
do
blood out.
weird.
They're terrifying. That's why it's like, and that's where it's just like, hey, I'm having a couple drinks. I'm defending. I'm doing something that needs to be done because dude's a piece of shit. But all the stars align and homeboy just nails it.
I'm glad you said that because he had had a few drinks, but everyone's like, "Oh, he was fucked up when he did it." He was not. He was not stumbling, blackout drunk. He had had a few drinks.
Yeah,
And
he
that's-
was, he was calming his nerves to get the shot ready.
He was a professional drinker and was not affected.
Yeah, he. It just.
Legitimately, if I'm not mistaken.
No, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That was his job. He was a salesman. So
Yeah.
he would meet people for lunch at 11 o'clock. He'd have a few drinks, go back to the office, meet someone for lunch, have a few drinks, go out to the ball field, have an ice chest of beer. And because back then they didn't care about drinking and driving. They didn't care about the daddy cut out a little Coke can and put a little beer in it and was just drinking beer at the park with the kids. No one
We
cared
used
about
to
that.
be a proper country.
Chase, pull up the clip when it's people bitching about the 80s and we introduce or 70s when it's introducing the legal limit of .08.
I put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
It's some of the best interviews. They're like, I thought this was America. How am I supposed to get home and not drink?
This is against the Constitution.
Is there people trying to get shit wrecked?
You're damn right.
Let me just say this: .08 is too low, and I'm not an advocate for drinking and driving. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So one night, I lived in a small town of Royersford, Pennsylvania, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And in Pennsylvania, I couldn't figure out how to buy beer when I first moved up there. But you can go to the bar at 2 o'clock. Last call, but I'll take 2 12-pack or 2 6-packs to go.
Yeah.
And so I knew my headlight was out, so I quit drinking at midnight. But I only started drinking. I had like 5 beers, and I quit drinking at midnight. So I had gone 2 hours without drinking, and I get pulled over, and I blew a .07, and this is back when it's still .1, I think. Or,
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I could have easily gone home and jerked off. Like, to me, that's
your line.
standard.
I don't like how they would have tested that standard.
How drunk are you? Still working. I actually want to have sex right now. It's actually.
What
a
are
good
you
ending.
doing, officer?
I have that line too, where it's like, if I get super drunk, like I'm like, Sam, go away. No, you're just no, go away, evil vagina lady. My dick is not working right now.
Did you ever see the video where they hand the old guy the breathalyzer and he chugs it?
Yeah. I saw the. There's also the one where the guy like tries to smoke it.
Oh yeah.
They handed him.
Do that new one where the dude got pulled over and he's in the vehicle and they're like, "What'd you eat?" He was like, "It was OxyContin or something, like Adderall." He was like, "Adderall." He's like, "What? You ate Adderall?" He's like, "I never said that." He's like, "You
Oh my
just ate
God.
something." He's like, "No, I didn't." It's like, "What was the blue stuff you put in your mouth?" Adderall. So you ate Adderall. I never said that. The cop's like, "Holy shit, dog! You are really trashed right
You're
now."
going to prison for, or you're going to jail for infuriating an officer.
Cody used to do the fun police work.
Oh, policing is fun.
It's the best times.
So I just looked up. Have you ever gone to Urban Dictionary? You know what that website is? UrbanDictionary.com.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's something fun we like to do every once in a while is look up the word dirty and then your name. And so I just looked up
The
what a
Dirty
dirty Jody is.
That one sounds real gross.
So a dirty donut.
Can I take a guess?
Go for it.
You put on a karate uniform.
I was about to make
Jesus
the same
Christ.
guess. I was like, I hope there's a kata form in this.
He's doing it again. So a dirty donut is when you lick an officer's asshole to get out of a traffic ticket. A dirty Jody is a woman who loves cuddles with her girlfriend, wife, and enjoys watching erotic horror movies until they both fall asleep. I wasn't expecting
That's
that.
yeah.
Huh.
That was kind of disappointing.
I
Yeah,
know,
right?
right?
I thought it was gonna
looking
go
for
way
something
harder
way
than that.
better.
I thought it would like go somewhere where like the guy that comes home and fucks your wife in the butt.
Yeah, like a Jody. You know?
A dirty Jody.
Literally, military Jody. Yeah, military Jody. That is the. When I heard your name, I was like, oh man, military Jody. It's a famous name. It's the dude that cheated.
Hold on, let's do Dirty Brandon real quick while we're
Oh,
on the
God.
topic. When your girlfriend gives you a blowjob immediately followed by a hand job and swallows both times, decent.
All right.
That'd be
All right.
sensitive.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's.
Oh, why are you touching it again? Stop. Give me 10
Dirty
minutes.
Brandon adds snowball.
Yeah. Brandon loves
Yeah, I
snowballs.
haven't seen Clerks.
No,
A
Brandon,
snowball.
you like snowballs? Brandon, do you like snowballs, right?
You're talking about like
I don't remember
1990.
this.
Fucking what was that?
I've only seen
95
I've only
Clerks?
seen snippets of that.
Brandon's like, no,
Basically-
I hate him. Do I like him? I don't know.
Brandon wasn't born when Clerks came out.
Well,
so-
What was it?
Clerks.
95?
was it? It was like 90.
Clerks is older. That was his
The first
first
Clerks?
movie.
I was in college, so it was probably 94, 95.
That was his first movie.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's first
So
movie.
basically,
1994. I was not born.
a guy comes into the little shop where he's being a clerk at, and his girlfriend's there visiting with him, and so the guy leaves, and she looks at her boyfriend, and she goes, "Yeah, he likes to get his, and whenever your mouth, he likes you to spit it back into his mouth, so that's a little snowball."
Yeah, no.
And so,
I was hoping you're like, yeah.
so
Oh yeah, no, I know.
So the boyfriend goes, "How do you know that?" She goes,
I'm still
"Oh, I
learning
sucked
how
his-"
to do all
And
this.
she's like, he goes, "What do you mean you sucked his?" And again, it's big, like he's freaking out. And she
Oh
goes,
wait, no,
he's like,
I
"How many
wanted to
did you
back
suck?"
out of this. I
And
wanted to
she
do a
goes,
full battle.
36. He goes,
That's
including
right.
mine. He goes,
I'm
37.
It was the one. Try not to suck it. Go to the parking lot. Yeah. Okay, I have seen this bit.
That is where that comes from.
Hey. God. No, I just know the clerks too. Like, we're taking it back.
Oh yeah. Do that.
We can't even begin to quote that bit.
No, there's like certain bits where we're like,
Hold on, I'm gonna start floating.
yeah.
Aw.
Pepperbox is
Oh,
still
speaking
nothing.
of which.
Floating or what?
Yeah, speaking of floating. So we do a thing.
Oh.
I do feel like that says something about your book, that the hard R, when that gets mentioned, is the least jarring part of reading it.
I was like, yeah, if people don't want to hate Jeff for being a pedophile, he's also a racist.
Go right before we go into that. What was the like? You're winding up this they leave, or he takes you, you get kidnapped, and then acquired, or they find you. It's like all of that. You probably talk about it in the book. Brandon will know. What was the psychology on your point in that? Were you just like, hey, you're young, you're 11 at the time?
Yeah, I was 11 when the kidnapped me. Victimized for you.
Well, that's what you're not getting like control. Exactly. That's why I want the audience to know. We talked about it yesterday. It's the idea of when you're young and depending on what your parents tell you, all these different things is how you get. Like you're just not in the know.
They have secured
Here,
Echo
you don't
Sector.
feel like you have any sort of control.
Yeah, you have an adult and you're going to trust them. And
We are
you're
losing
going
the
to be
battle.
like, oh, okay.
They hold
well,
more
said it's
sectors.
okay. I've never heard not. This is not okay. So I'll just assume this is fine. I'm not gonna know why, and that's how.
Don't get his bow.
And as you said, it was the no-go that you had to technically.
They've captured objective Echo 1. One of our objectives is under attack.
Unfortunately, that's the case. But
Echo 1 is lost.
Our troops have taken an objective.
What's up, boy? You come over here. Huh? You gotta take my ear up, but I can't hear you.
Give me an assessment. We're having trouble stopping the hostiles from securing objectives.
But I just started. Got him. Do you like it? Well,
Objective.
definitely not in here.
Our forces have taken a substantial loss.
they had on Peggy Sue, like who the song was written about.
yeah.
They had on.
So what happens if somebody comes in and attacking that would be great. If not, oh well. I'm just doing this. This is just fun for me.
When that show aired, Mike Burnett called me up and said, look, you know this is going to take it for the news because we just arrested this pastor that abused these two boys, the boys that he saw you in the road that gave you a
Bookstore.
And so I was like, damn, you know,
They are attacking Echo 1.
Whoa, we can't see my hope. Okay. Oh. Shit.
And you've dedicated more than that, like more than just one offhand appearance on Geraldo.
the sound
I
of
mean,
voice.
you spent what 30 years now.
Yeah, first 30 more. 91 was my first appearance, and I was on Court TV earlier this week, and I'm here with you today. So, I mean, it's just, I like to share my stories so survivors or youth can know that with the proper support, I can do it.
What's your sound like produced?
Well, I mentioned RAIN because RAIN is like the national center. So if you're in Wichita, Kansas, you call that number and it'll push you to the closest local shelter. So that's a good one. Like I said, I mentioned Victim Services Center, and I'm on the Foundation. So they kind of oversee the centers in these.
objectives is under attack.
Step 2, enjoy.
I fucking love, dude. I love this. Like the community.
Yep.
Damn it, said it. Just everybody
take a
here,
drink.
I know. It is like even that. It is the guys have this, and they're like, "Hey, we're thinking about doing this." Oh my god, you guys just kick so much ass. Having friends and having this around that now, we are fucked hard. Dear God. Like, it just, the level of good everyone all you are doing, all of you guys, is just
Enemy has taken Charlie sector.
okay. What'd you bring the boys?
So, my sister and my ex-wife,
Our forces are at half strength.
so actually my sister bought a trip. Oh, really? She bought a couple of them.
I know a guy.
So, I bought y'all some of my sister. Here is that small town and signature established in 1984. That
It's like a brand color.
Won't wear that.
Brand doesn't wear black. It's one of my. It's an autism thing.
so
He's wrong.
the fun of this
Bravo
is we
1
got
taken by the enemy.
Hostiles have taken Bravo sector.
It's fucking great.
This strategy is not working. Hostiles control more sectors than we do.
Where can we find those?
you guys got that too.
Oh, you were charging it over there. It's a sniper, didn't you?
No, it's I'll make sure I give it to you, and y'all can provide a link so people can go and order.
We got here. It says
One of our objectives has been covered.
Damn it.
I got the audience to be like,
That joke sucked.
Alright. I don't know what to fucking laugh at.
Bravo sector fully secure.
this is where you feel guilty for laughing. Like, yeah, fuck. Oh, it's so happy.
My girl was sleeping in the other room when I was reading it. There are several quips that we make in the book that are to that caliber that I'm just like trying not to just spit take in the kitchen. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yes, yeah. You want to
Hold on,
I missed out.
I have no idea. I'd have to find a copy.
Crowder.
Always come and talk to me when I find some copy. What, that one? Why don't, I think we couldn't find it, remember? Yeah, I think we couldn't find a file.
U.S. forces
So
now
it's gotta be an
control Charlie
STL
sector.
file, buddy. Somebody's had to made it or 3D scanned it in already.
I could walk around the house talking to
The enemy is conquering sectors at a rapid pace. They now hold more than us.
Got him. Is he pre-T?
Now attacking Delta 1.
Sorry. Fuck all that.
We have lost Alpha sector to hostiles.
And these guys are manscaped now. Back then in 1983, it wasn't like that.
Brought to you by Manscaped. Don't listen in.
Our forces are moving to attack Delta 1.
Charlie sector is ours.
I planned out the murders of so many. I was like, I could totally
No.
No.
to Shopify.
If you've shopped on bunkerbranding.com, you've used Shopify.
Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell
Enemy
at
just
every stage
secured
of your
Bravo
business.
sector.
From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders exclamation point. Shopify's there to help you grow.
From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS, that means point of sale, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered.
Once you start selling, Shopify makes getting paid simple by instantly accepting every type of payment.
Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers using the internet's best conversion rate, up to 36% better compared to other leading e-commerce platforms.
That's not fair.
10% of all e-commerce in the United States. And Shopify is the global force behind all of these properties and
My favorite companies.
One of our objectives is under attack.
But they also power millions of other entrepreneurs across 175 countries. Because businesses that grow Shopify is everything.
All lowercase.
Shopify.com/unsubbpod.
We have control of Bravo sector.
Oops.
Statistics of the individuals that is like, hey, I'm not acting on it, but
So, hey,
Anybody out there go Google it.
I don't know. There's a lot of people.
We have taken Alpha sector.
Our plan is working. We now control more sectors than the enemy.
which way where it is. The guys
carry away.
Our friend
To catch
Alex.
a predator.
Yeah.
That came to range today. The big dude.
Rosen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen this?
I've seen To Catch a Predator.
Well, so they're doing it on their live stream. This is Kick, Twitch, mostly on Kick now. These dudes will act. Some get arrested, and there were some baller arrests. One was like a firefighter, and then he shot. So they got caught, and it's
Friendly sector has been secured by
We're taking fire!
That's it.
Our forces are depleting. There's almost nothing left.
That is so much.
Admit it, I'm gonna kick you in the face until you stop lying. And they kick the dude in the face until he's like, tells the truth. Like, yeah, I was trying to meet up with a 13-year-old boy. It's like, okay, now they throw glass on the ground and they're like, crawl through that. Go. Holy shit. And then again,
We now control Charlie
they get
sector.
their face.
I gotta be honest. I wish my dad would have won.
Yeah.
He should have.
It was just like the most respectful thing. Brandon and I were talking about it. It's like taking your shopping cart back. And taking your shopping cart back. Your dad.
Wait, that was you that
Delta sector has been conquered by us.
Because someone put it on Twitter and I commented on it.
Yeah, because he did the deed.
I'm gonna get shot.
Hung the phone up. And so respectful.
I'll tell you,
I did what I'm here to do.
I'll tell you a cool thing about the video though. If you watch the unedited version,
Defeat is
Kennedy
inevitable
did,
here,
he had the
but we
shooting.
can endure this,
What a
Los.
stud. Holy shit.
That's smart as.
Bro, that's a professional right there. Especially
He's
at
like,
that time.
this is my payday right here.
Fuck yeah.
God. When you learned all that. What was that experience? Man.
You please rephrase.
No, not the. Wah, wah. That was a dark one from you, bro.
Oh, it was just me and my squad.
It was like watching your dad. Like, of course, you respect your father, and leading into that. But after that act, at what age did it hit? You're like, holy shit, my dad is like a hero for his actions, and holy shit, like what he risked technically, but for what any dad would do.
Well, I was upset at my father at first. You know, I didn't want him. Well, first off, before the shooting, no one knew I had been by a man. So once the shooting came out, then his lawyers on TV saying he gave him this advocate, this gay magazine to look at, which was a lie.
Wait, hold on. Explain that one a little bit.
All right, so there's a gay magazine called The Advocate. I don't know if it's still around or not because I lost my subscription a couple years ago. But so we would prank other kids. We'd take them to the bookstore and we'd like hand them the ad and they're flipping through it and they see nuts and balls and we'd like, ha, we'd play a joke on them. So my dad's lawyer was on the news going, he was giving Jody the advocate, and that
His
didn't happen.
your father was?
No,
or
my
Jeff
dad's
was?
lawyer was saying that Jeff gave me a gay magazine to look at, which was not true.
Okay.
But it wasn't until Daddy shot Jeff that people found out what happened about me. So at first I was upset at what my dad did, and I was upset that Jeff had died because I was under coercive control. If you watch the video when I return, I don't hug my parents. My arms are in my windbreaker. I look like a motherfucker that had been abused for a year, and I acted appropriately, or how an abused child would look. So it probably wasn't until that summer we were walking down to the pool, and I just told my dad, I said, I just want you to know I understand why you did what you did, and I'm not mad at you anymore. And he was like, ooh, and then we just kind of got back to normal.
Because that's an element of of things that I guess I didn't really consider. Because everybody sees the video, they everybody, good guy do good thing, and that's as surface level as most people get. When I started reading your book, that was when I guess I knew, but I didn't consider that this was not only a longtime friend of yours,
Right.
but also a friend of your dad's.
Yes.
Like your dad was shooting his friend.
Yeah.
And that's a deeper element to it. That like, was it the right thing to do? I mean, who might argue? But like, it's a deeper thing that most people don't consider.
Yeah, they just see the video and go, Father of the Year for 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it goes a little deeper, I think.
It is. It's a very because how long were they friends at that point? Then
All right, so we started taking karate, and Jeff was be invited over to the house for our family gatherings. He spent the night a few times, and there was one night when he stayed the night over, and we brought him back to the karate studio because that's where he stayed most of the time. He lived there, and my dad let him out, and we're driving down the road, not far from where Sissy fought Stormy, and he starts crying, and I'm like, Daddy, what? And he's like, he's so pitiful. And so my dad turned the car around, went back, got him, brought him home, let him shower, gave him clean clothes, and took him to my grandparents' house where we ate Sunday dinner every Sunday. And my dad had felt bad, kind of like, okay, Jeff, you got to go. We're going to dinner. I mean, yeah. So he shot a man who was once his friend.
and then what was the point of like his childhood? What was his like? Hey, did you get more of a backstory on like his childhood?
Yeah, he admitted, I think, on the flight home to the police officers that when he was younger, he was trafficked by his mom. So, and I do believe that. I believe that to be the case. So I'll share this with y'all. On the 40th anniversary of his death, which was March 17th, 1984, I was in Austin seeing Jim Norton at the Comedy Mothership, and that was on the anniversary of the shooting. So I drove back home from Austin. I had to go through Vinton, Louisiana. It's the first, or one of the first towns you come to when you cross over the state line. And I was like, fuck it. I'm
Trench,
gonna go to the
we could face a
cemetery
global
weekend.
shipping crisis.
And so
You need to keep
it
those
wasn't
Russian troops out.
for the first time.
We'll update you
There
once
was
you're
no,
on the
like,
ground.
spiritual
Singapore
cleansing. It was
is
none of that
counting on
bullshit.
you.
Part of it had to do with I have an idea for the documentary if we get one made. So I wanted to kind of like check it out. I didn't go look for his grave, and then the reason why I didn't is because there was somebody visiting a grave, and I didn't want it to be his and be like, oh, I guess why he's here. But I did have a little sympathy for like 7 or 8 guys
Sector Echo secured.
Contact! We've engaged the enemy!
That reminds me
While you're here,
of
Nomads,
Bill
capture the objectives. We have secured more sectors than our enemy. Make sure you defend them. Our troops are holding Sector Delta.
What's hilarious is as uncomfortable as we are, like we're way more comfortable than the average person. Some of us used to deal with
Like, people out there just taking pictures of this episode.
I answer many questions and you do excellent. Actually,
I don't know where I'm going.
That's why you gotta love.
We captured Sector Charlie.
Cody.
so many questions we had. Like, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. We're back. Hi. We all went pee-pee.
Hi, everyone.
What, you wanna
Yeah,
show
well,
me?
check
Okay.
it out.
In the Demetrius Johnson episode
Oh,
for not
you're
saying
right.
it in the right moment, so you get it twice now. That's true.
Unlike the live shows.
Unlike the live shows.
Oh, fuck
Dude, that was still my favorite Cody moment. That is always going to be like a core memory now.
I told you, like,
want to,
our
but
audience
I
is pretty
suck.
fucking autistic, so if you don't do, like, everything in the right order, they freak the fuck out.
So we did 4 live shows.
Where is it?
And
Oh,
we're in
jump
front of
out.
like fucking 400 people at each show. And I don't do good in front of crowds, so I didn't do the
Wait.
hi everyone. Like our intro.
How's
We
it
tell
full?
I know, and I fucked up.
After the first show, we had a conversation. After the second show, we're like, Cody, you gotta do the hi everyone.
I don't understand.
Like that shit.
The last one was the best. We sat down with Cody. We like reiterated. It's like his last
was
one.
a literal
This
intervention.
is the biggest one. Yeah, you got this. He's like, I got it. He sits down, immediately fumbles the ball. Look how he did. He's like, shit. Hi, everyone.
I don't do crowds, man.
No.
I hate publicity. I'm not Brandon over here.
Some of us had to be better at it.
Yeah. You're like, it is a completely different show, I think.
My first panic attack. Did I ever tell you this?
Yeah, tell it again. It's fucking great because you're like, it's a weird ass spot where you're like, okay, we're about to do camera separated.
Where'd you go, Potlucker?
It's still absolutely terrifying that you're stuck all the time. So like, I'm
Hey, yeah.
And I even, I'm used to giving speeches at like YAL and things. But I can just, like, I have a podium in front of me, separation between the elements, and I can read off of like
They've locked up Sector Delta.
speech back. Getting up there for like 50 people even. And in my back of my
You'll face defeat if you continue like this. You need to secure more sectors.
Come on, baby. Come on, get him. Wounded him.
Report.
Good job.
We're executing the plan.
and I see
Holding
like
sectors.
my other half in the back of the room just
We
like
got Sector Charlie.
takes her flannel off. Like,
Get feet.
Like,
Give me them feet.
I was like, yay, close. And I ended up just like, laughing it off. And, like, as you guys know, like, I'm clearly not a politician. That was
Sorry, bro. Just to save your life.
Sector Delta has been secured. The hostiles are taking casualties. Resources are down by
I'm on that
25%.
shot now.
Standing in front of 50 people. You and I both just don't know what to say.
But I'm glad you out there such a upfront and watching how it affects me. Kane on that last episode.
Just lost Sector Echo to the enemy.
She's a really good friend.
Damn it.
Amazing human. That is where he. If you put him in front of a live audience, Rich is like, he is
Sector Echo secure. All objectives are under our control.
But we get to choose the offset. And then the offset was instead of blood, he craves cum.
Marking hostile. The enemy is away from me.
That, but in an Irish accent.
He's a vampire.
Start securing
Or
sector.
however.
Enemy has majority control.
Clovers, vampires, and cum.
Come out, you black and tans. Yeah, shit
Come
like
out
that.
and fight me like a man. Yeah, okay.
Fight me like a man, my belts, me belts.
So mine was I chose how to fly. Like that was my fly.
I was
But
crossing my
I
mind.
have to show pictures
To maintain
to maintain flight.
But he wins like
I don't. What does this thing do? It's like a firework?
We now have full control of Sector Delta. We have majority control of the sector.
I phased through everything.
Sounds like the mail
Sector Alpha has been taken by us.
Under fire! People's dying! Vehicle's taking damage!
No.
Whittle them down to half strength.
The Canadian fight.
You break boards and women.
But no, I told him that last week.
That's all I think with the denim gear.
We have secured Sector Alpha.
Sweet Home Alabama in the background.
That's fucking meat cannon.
I don't even know.
What was his actual power? I remember his offset.
Connor, you ever heard about Toshi? Oh, you mean this? Did you know just wiping your butt with that dry ass toilet paper you smeared poop around? Look how long
We secured nearly every sector. Do not give the Russians a chance to take that back. Taking Sector Echo.
about wiping after a spicy dump. Now the reason I like it is that it reminds me of Japan. Plus the cleansing feeling is amazing. Let's talk about the one we take on the go. You clean that movie all on the road now. Connor, anything for me nozzle settings? It gives you
They will listen to unsubscribed podcasts.
Let's try this!
Stop wiping until you finish. Join the 2 million already switched to Toshi. For a limited time, our
it's like, oh, look who gets arrested now. And it'll be with some hot teacher, and everyone's like, not guilty, not guilty. And I
Tank.
mean, behind that there is a, there is a child.
Sector Alpha just fell to the enemy. Every sector is under our control. Keep it that way. Taking control of Sector Bravo. Support package ready to drop. Package through.
Left side! You need to stay out of danger!
Because at that time, it's like, so Aaron, how you would talk to him, what you would talk about, completely different than
There's really
what
not
I
a
talk
place
to
to
my
take
kiddo
it.
about. And same for like John's probably heard, the same for Ryden. They've heard everything just because of style. We're still parents.
Their resources are running low.
But
Nearly every sector is now secure. Sector Alpha is ours.
I'll say this.
Oh,
But another thing,
man, that's
I would
good.
not teach it. I would still also teach it, but I would use it as a teachable moment. Just read them a book about touch and safety. You know, then you read them about the little engine that could. You just work it in. And there's a.
Sector Bravo is under our control.
And it gives you like age of
Clean sweep. All sectors secure.
Jim had a suck one, but
Christ.
All Hostiles retreating. You've earned your rep today,